Hello and welcome to the EDC Squirrel. Unboxed a new one yesterday during my live, and this is a Vosteed Kroc. This one is new for August of 2025, and I'm excited to get something new from Vosteed. I've only received two knives. I've only purchased two knives from Vosteed before, one being the very popular raccoon as well as being the popular porcupine. And those two knives have gotten me to become a very big fan of their top liner lock, which this knife utilizes. To get some of the specifics out of the way, this knife has a 2.99-inch blade. Overall length on this one is 7 inches. You have a blade material of 14C 28N done with a flat grind and in a sheep's foot profile. The finish on the blade itself is satin, and according to Vosteed's website, it has a hardness or HRC of 59, give or take 1. The handle length on this is 4.02 inches, and the handle material in my knife's case is a purple with a yellow G10 insert. Now, this has a weight of 3.38 ounces, and you can deploy it using a very generous thumb hole, a front flipper, or you can use the top liner lock itself with a button. The knife has caged ceramic ball bearings, and the pocket clip, as you can see here, stainless steel, relatively deep carry, is also reversible. Now, on this particular model, and they do come in a few different, not only colorways, but actually another type of steel, and we'll go into that a little later. This one, again, has the 14C 28N steel for the blade. Very easy to manipulate with the thumb hole. I can spidey flick it without any problem, and obviously use my thumb without any issue. The front flipper is easy to use, comfortable, and the blade movement is really, really smooth. Now, as you can see, again, easy to manipulate. With it extended, let's see here, we get no movement on the blade itself. It's no movement either side to side, up or down. Very solid lockup with that top liner lock, and very easy to close. You don't have to put your thumb or pass your thumb in front of what could be a moving blade. One of the reasons why I became a big fan of the top liner lock. Now, you do have a sheep's foot blade, which is one of my favorite profiles for, I guess you could say, utilitarian work. And you have a nice, generous finger choil right up in here, allowing you to choke up further on that blade for more precise control. And you have some jimping on the back here for your thumb for added grip. And the finger choil is generous enough where I can easily choke up even further for draw cuts, something that sheep's foot blades excel at, since the tip of that point sits well below the midline of the knife itself. So draw cutting is great. You got a bit of a belly here, so chopping and slicing is easy to do. It is a flat ground blade. Excuse me. It is a flat ground blade. However, it feels nice and thin, very slicey, and a very nice satin finish on that blade. We can focus it on a little bit better. There we go. Now, on one side of the blade, we have Vosteed right above the pivot, etched in there, and then on the other side, we have the steel type 14C 28N steel. Now, again, the top liner lock is very easy to manipulate. I fell in love with these locks ever since I got my first raccoon, and then after getting my raccoon, I just had to get a porcupine. I saw this was a new release, and because the sheep's foot profile is one of my favorite profiles to use on EDC carry knives, it was pretty much a done deal coupled with that top liner lock. Now, the grip on this knife, sorry, it's really fidgety. The grip on this knife is very comfortable. I get a full Gorilla Grip on there. Easy to hold and manipulate in various grips because it is a relatively neutral handle. You do have a little bit of a swell, like the bare swell here, making it nice and comfortable to hold. The pocket clip, again, somewhat deep carry, goes down and then gradually back up, but doesn't flatten out. So I do feel that pocket clip behind my knuckles a little bit, but it's not uncomfortable. And I don't see it causing any issue. Maybe if you were to be doing a lot of cutting with this knife for an extended period of time, I can see that possibly creating a hot spot there. But otherwise, I don't see that really being any issue. The G10 is nice and grippy. There's some texture to it, but it's very, very light texturing, so it doesn't feel slick at all. Provides a nice amount of grip. I don't feel like my hand's going to slip out of there. You got a little bit of jimping on this tiny back liner. I don't see. Oh, no, there we have. Okay, we do have a lanyard hole on this one, so you can attach your favorite lanyard to it. And all in all, a very comfortable knife to hold in the hand. Now, I haven't done any cutting with this yet. Haven't done any honing to the blade. Again, I just unboxed it yesterday during my live and did a rather quick look at it. So let's see how this does right out of the box with some magazine paper. It bit immediately into that paper. Cuts really, smoothly through that paper. Nice crisp edges on there. There we go. Smooth sounding, pretty quiet. Actually, that was my fault. I kind of rode that edge. But very smooth sounding through that paper. Let me grab another sheet. I held that at a weird angle. I was going to tear. Otherwise, very smooth cuts. Very crisp edges. I wonder if I can bevel the paper. I'm trying to cut it at an angle to try to bevel it. It's really hard to see, but I can easily bevel the magazine paper without much issue. Very nice and sharp blade out of the box. Looking at that edge again, I'm not seeing too much magazine debris caught up on the edge. A very, very slight amount. One I'd even expect to see on some of the sharpest blades. So really not much to note in terms of debris getting caught up on the edge. Very smooth feeling cut. And I loved the sound of that going through the paper. They did a really good job finishing that edge from the factory. Something I really like to see. Another thing I like to see, let's go ahead and close this up again. Once it's closed, we can see that the blade sits perfectly center in there. Another thing that just tells me how much care they take in assembling their knives. Again, very easy to manipulate front flipper, which I like. I really like front flipping. Very fidgety knife with that top liner lock. This does come, like I said before, in different color options, as well as even a different steel option. Mine, again, is a 14C28N steel blade done purple and yellow, And they have, let me do a quick count. I'm on Vosteed's website, and aside from mine, they have, or including mine, they have a total of, it appears, 9 different options. Some of them in color, some of them in different steel. The different steel that they have for this is an S35VN blade. And the options for the scales and handles will vary anywhere from aluminum with an ocean micarta to aluminum and carbon fiber insert. And those all have different costs depending on the material. My blade with the 14C28 and steel comes in at $69 on Vosteed's website, and I've seen it for the same amount on other websites such as Knife Center and Blade HQ. If you want the higher premium steel option with the S35VN steel, that's going to run you a little bit more expensive at $129. Now, some of these options are sold out on Vosteed's website, so you'll want to check other websites to see if they have, like in this case, I know the purple and yellow are out of stock, as well as, say, the S35 with the aluminum and ocean micarta handle are out of stock on Vosteed's website. So do check around. They're pretty much going to be the same price regardless of where you go. So again, $69 for the 14C28N steel, $129 for the S35VN steel. So there you go. Again, the Vosteed Kroc, new for August of 2025. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If this is something that you've been looking at, or do you have one already? And what do you think of the knife? I'd love to hear your opinions on it and how you feel about the knife. And do comment below. But thanks again for all your support. You guys have been amazing with your support. If you liked what you saw, please drop a like down below. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified as soon as I drop a new video down. So thanks again for being here, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye.